A New York man was sentenced yesterday for his role in a murder-for-hire plot targeting journalist Masih Alinejad. Jonathan Lodehold will spend 10 years in prison. It was a crime that was apparently directed by the government of Iran. And Masih joins us now. She, of course, is also a CBS News contributor. Thank you for joining us. I'm sure that yesterday was a tough day. What was your reaction to that sentencing?
It was a tough day. You know, it's a news story for a lot of Americans hearing me, but it's my life. I was sitting there with my husband, with my entire team, with my neighbors, hearing about the chilling details of a murdering plot. You know how many times I heard in the courtroom, the murder of Masih Alinejad, the murder of Masih Alinejad. I'm like, my life being treated as a business trade, like 100,000 money was there, and the guy was sitting there and saying that, I don't know this woman. I don't know this woman. I just wanted to get the money. And the lawyer, their lawyers, all of them were saying the same thing, that, you know, begging for pardon and saying that they had no ideology. They were not involved in any kind of political activities. They just wanted to get the money. And think about it. In America, people, criminals, professional convicted murderer being hired by the Islamic Republic in Iran to kill a journalist, a women's rights activist like me, simply because of money. And that is, this is beyond sad, that they can hire professional criminals to kill American citizens on U.S. soil. So,
Masih, we know that journalists increasingly have been under attack in the last decade or so. The Committee to Protect Journalists reports that hundreds of journalists have been killed over the last couple of years. Why do you think that the Iranian regime has tried to silence you?
Because they're scared of anyone who speaks up. You know, killing is in the DNA of the Islamic Republic. You know what? Let me tell you something. When I was sitting there, I was carrying the survivor guilt, because Farhad Shakeri, the member of IRGC, actually texted the killers in America and said that as soon as she came out, just end her life, kill her. And then the guy was sending a text message and saying, this bitch is hard to catch. And I'm like, yeah, thanks to the law enforcement, I am hard to kill, but my fellow Iranian colleagues, they receive death sentence. They, like people, ordinary citizen journalists, they don't have protection. They go to the streets and they get killed by the same professional criminals, by the same IRGC members. And so I was carrying the guilt on my shoulder, which, like, I'm being protected. But a lot of journalists that you mentioned, they don't have any protection. They don't have anyone to listen to them. Do you hear anything on international media about executions? I was sitting in the court and seeing that how a convicted murderer like Rivera, how a professional criminal like Lodehold yesterday, sitting there 1 hour, having 4 lawyers defending them, and the judge professionally listening to their stories. They brought their entire family. And I was sitting there and thinking about the victims in my country, protesters, innocent athletes, young protesters, no lawyer, no media, no justice, no last chance to hug their family members. I was sitting there hearing, like, can you believe I couldn't even look into the eyes of the family members of the person who was hired to kill me? Because I felt bad for the people connected to bad people.
Right.
And myself sitting there and feeling guilty that how the many people are getting executed, getting hanged, getting raped in prison, but no one talks about them. No one talks about them. In America, it's all about nuclear deal. It's all about ceasefire. It's all about negotiating with the regime that's sending killers on U.S. soil and killing their own people in Iran. So for me, surviving 4 assassination plots, it's very clear that they don't want to target me. They are trying to target the freedom of speech of every single Iranians, whether they live in Iran, every single, person, journalist or activist or dissidents living here in America. This is the target that they actually aiming national security of America.
Well, Masih, you continue to be unafraid, which is incredibly inspiring and courageous and bold, even as you think about the things that you just told us, even as you feel the pain and suffering of your people, you continue to do what you do, you continue to speak out, and for that, we're grateful.
I'm very pleased to have you. CBS helped me to be loud. When my government kicked me out and arrested women simply for sending videos to me, bringing them on TV to do false confession, putting my brother in prison for 2 years, bringing my own sister on TV to denounce me publicly, having CBS to allow me to echo the voice of millions of people simply want to have the same freedom of speech, having a normal life, freedom that we all take it for granted here. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
And we are grateful that no matter what you've been through, you will continue to share that message. So thank you for joining us today.
It means a lot to me. Thank you.
Masih.
Together we are stronger.